Deer Classic here. We're going to go over the sheds. They're starting to pick them up. They're about to do the awards show, so we're going to try to do that before it gets loud in here. But as you can see, Cole here, we're running Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, so they're going to check them out. And then we'll move over here to the North American Shed Hunters. Yeah.
That's second. What is that second place? Typical.
86. How big was the first place? Typical? You remember?
87.
87. 87 was first place. Non-typical. And remember that one, because we'll come back to that one in a minute, because the deadhead of that one is the star of the show down here.
Second tire pull. This is third. Single and non-typical.
These are very impressive. These obviously set in the timber or some CRP grass for a year or two, but 166-inch match non-typical. It almost looks like a typical side. Just enough non-typical points to get them there.
These are all sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, 152, typical.
Well, I guess you could say one.
Cal catches up with us. We'll go over here to the North American Shed Hunters Club. This is a record shed antler collection. These guys are going to be in Illinois as well. So, if you didn't make it to the Iowa Deer Classic, I'll tell Cal as well. Cal, over here I want to point out that North American Shed Hunters Club, the record shed antler collection, they're going to Illinois too, the first week in April. Same guys that put on the Iowa Deer Classic are doing the show in Peoria there. So this collection will be here. Let me double check with you. Will this same collection be in Illinois?
Parts of it.
We're going to have a lot of Illinois stuff, so we'll have a little bit of
Illinois
everything, but a lot of Illinois stuff.
Okay, first weekend in April.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Glenn, give us your three favorite sets here, your three favorite horns, but include the little miniature pony one. That's the one I like.
Probably one of my favorites is...
And we kind of showed you guys these last year, and they've added a few new ones, but
Pasky Shed.
Yeah.
It's a 96-inch 5.
Geez, how long's that been?
30?
32?
33. I think it was 33, actually.
Jeez. And it was
2007. That's
the Illinois.
Same, yeah, that's the same deer right there behind it.
A year later?
Prior. So that was
scored
in
better.
06.
Oh, because he's got non-typical. Okay, with non-typical.
But just as a 5, it's unbelievable.
You don't see them get cleaner the year after.
That is kind of strange. There's another set off in the deer owned by another couple other guys. I don't know if it was before or after that. It might have ran after. But there's one more set that belongs to there. There are a couple private guys in it. The Florida Brood is right there.
95 typical.
It's got 16-inch G2s in there.
16-inch G2s. More than impressive.
Imagine picking that up out of a waterway. I mean, that's just it's unbelievable.
Doesn't even look real. Looks fake.
I know. Mike's got a lot of sheds on this.
Really help that much. And that's Missouri.
Yeah.
Wow. Missouri and everything else. That's the Canada. A lot of these deer are obviously, if you got the North American whitetail cover, that's not the deer that year, but it is the year prior, 2 years prior, something like that. That's a new set you got, huh? Or no?
Yeah, Mike just got those. They came out of Brad Sells collection. Not entirely 100% familiar with them. They were out of Ohio. Mid-90s.
180.
A 98,
spread.
95.
Yeah, and anything you see here is without the spread.
Yeah, so when
That's
you
how
see
you
that
measure
180
sheds.
rule of thumb at an 18 or 22, and that's essentially what you're going to get on a net typical score. So
Right.
It's pretty special.
That's a new shed.
Yep.
102-inch.
Gary Vincent shed,
Saskatchewan.
number 6 all time.
Number 6 all time. Typical shed. Beautiful.
I mean, you take a 102 and a 102, I mean, you get 204 and add a spread to that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
world record deer walking
224.
around. World record deer. Show them this little guy right here. This is a 1.5 or 2.5-year-old shed out of Ohio, would you say?
I think it was out of Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Shane, had
Oh, Shane's got it, yeah. Shane.
Isn't that cool? 64 inches it was.
So if this guy is still running around praying to God no one shot him when he was a 2 or 3 year old, but
Yeah.
that's what we call potential. 7.7.
Isn't that crazy?
That is cool. It's like a little miniature, one of those carvings or
Can
something.
you imagine if you actually harvested it?
Yeah.
You had 150 inch deer size of a basketball.
I'd be mad. 'Cause I know that joker has a ways to go. That's in Ohio. That deer,
Turnpike shed.
he's been on. Wouldn't a lot of people seeing that deer from the road or something?
Yeah, it's
I remember
kinda weird.
different bean field pigs and
A
stuff.
lot of people were videoing him off the road, and I think that's hence the name, the Turnpike shed. It's just an unbelievable animal out of Ohio.
Did that one ever get killed or anything?
Not to my knowledge, Matt would know more on that. Not entirely certain if I got harvested or not.
So this one's not new, is it? I don't remember that one.
That's the
Or maybe I don't
Hartman
remember the
sheds.
pig.
They were out in Ohio. They usually harvested 114, 118.
Beautiful. Very.
I forget what the kill deer went. It's a pretty famous deer though. It's all over the place. Giant. Lee Murphy.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
It's like which side's which?
Turkey foot.
It is. It's pretty
That's
cool.
cool.
Beautiful.
I remember that one last year. Was that the mate? Good
Yeah,
Lord, look at that bean.
Isn't that cool?
Jeez Louise, 30-inch main.
He's been around a long time.
Dude, that shed's got to be, it's 2 foot wide.
It is
The shed. Front to back.
Derek's
This was a new, was this a new one, the
That
Kingfisher?
one was, yes.
Kingfisher, 195 Manitoba. I held that one a while ago, and it
Just really pretty, gorgeous.
dense.
You asked one of my favorites. That's the rib cage up on the
Yeah.
top.
We showcased that one last year, yeah.
Beautiful antlers.
Jeez Louise. Now, is that one yours?
No, that's
No?
Matt's.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a bigger set down there. Looks similar or something.
I remember seeing one at your house or something like that one.
Then there's, this is a new one.
Okay, yeah.
Just the veining on that thing is exceptional. You don't see that a lot.
I mean, that's a big typical deer. Then you throw in 2 giant drop tines.
I mean, you think about it, it's got 5s, 2, 7 scoreable points. It's 110 inches.
That's 7 points. Look at this.
Unbelievable.
Look at that veining.
Yeah, it's actually got it on
Looks
the
like the Des
inside,
Moines
too,
River.
between the brow tine and the G1 right down in here. Look at this through here.
Oh, wow.
It's really
Jeez, I
cool.
wonder what.
I've
Some
never
of them are
seen
just so
anything
more
like that.
pronounced. Like, I mean, you do see it, but
Yeah.
it'd be so pronounced. It's like a topo map, creek on a topo map.
Pretty neat.
Look at how it stands up.
Yeah, it's
Chub shed.
yeah, these were around Russell Village. They were here
Yeah, these were 30 minutes south of here.
too. A giant antler. How big that is.
That one looks like it's set out.
Yeah. It's even got an abnormal one that goes 102.
That's typical.
Yeah,
That was the potential. How did they rule that one?
That was a typical antler too. I mean, and that's 185 with no spread, so it was punching right on the door of Jordan at the time.
Yeah.
In an inch.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'll start to fill up in here and for the show, or for the award ceremony is what, 3?
Yeah.
For that. We'll get out of this fence and look at a couple of those. Thanks, Glenn.
Yeah, it's good seeing you, man.
Yeah, bud, you too. Here I come. So yeah, that's Glenn. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the club, or the shed collection here.
Well, it's put
It's,
together.
it's several of you guys that own it.
So it's me, Matt Beard, Mike
Yeah.
Charoux, Shane Ingerbro, and Jeff LeBaron founded it. The Millers took it over. And Jeff, and we're on our 4th year now. So.
Yeah.
You know,
You've kind of
COVID,
pulled
it's-
all the resources together.
kind of put everything together.
Yeah, just made it.
And
Awesome.
obviously, Mike and Matt have probably the biggest collection there is. In fact, I've never seen anything like what they have.
Right.
So combine all that together and the record keeping and everything else is it's more of a passion. You know,
And those guys
have.
are passionate about their big sheds. That's awesome.
It is. It's fun and
You guys do a yearly book, I think you told me, or something like
record book coming out in June.
In June, okay, awesome.
That's the plan.
Yep.
Kind of got delayed with COVID, amongst a lot of different things.
Among other things, right?
Yeah, many things. Yeah.
Yes. Well, good
No,
deal,
that's
man.
all good. It's been a good show.
All these people see you in Illinois, man.
Sounds good. Good seeing you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take it easy. See you guys.
So we're going to go down here, and it starts, I think, firearm, muzzleloader, crossbow, bow. So, I've been up here, usually I'm up here like 2 or 3 times a day checking it out. Just been too busy. This has been our busiest show ever. It's been awesome. It's been fun. Thanks to everybody who came by, if you're watching. But we're going to go down through here, and rather than me talk a lot, Kyle and Cole here are just going to show you the racks, show you the scores, but we'll show you the main wall, the ones that placed. A lot of the ones that didn't place are on this wall, and a lot of them have already been picked up. But this is one of my favorite deer from the entire show. I seen this one yesterday, but look at the bases. That's colossal. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing. What do you think, Kyle? 10?
Yeah.
10 to 12?
In the video, it doesn't do it justice.
It does not do it justice, yeah. That's 10 to 12 inch bases. As big a bases, you know, mass circumference on that C1 as you see in anywhere.
Out of Iowa County.
Iowa County muzzleloader, Paige Wilkerson. I don't remember. A lot of these deer, you know, you'll kind of see them beforehand on social media and stuff like that, but I haven't seen them. Now, I did make a quick run down through here, and I will say, overall, you know, the 240s, 260s are stuff that you usually see. I do know a couple of them are not here, but probably down a little. Just would be my guess in talking to other couple people. There's still some great deer, but overall, part of it. Firearm typical, top 3, all net booners. Giant deer. Which was number 1? That one, Kyle? I've got Nicholas.
No, Nicholas.
Oh, he's right here. Okay, cool. That deer is special right there. Good Lord. Awesome deer, man.
Judging?
No, sir. We're just taking pics, video. This one? Oh, that's amazing.
I heard him screaming and yelling across the timber.
Really? Shoot him on a drive or?
No, he was sitting on this side. Yeah, here's the number 1 of leaderboard. Firearm typical.
Shot at about 200 yards. 200 yards. That's cool, man.
Number 1 guy's right here.
Well, congrats, man. Thank you. Heck of a buck, dude. Shotgun?
Yeah.
186.
Here's the number 1.
Number 1 right here. And this guy was the number 2, and his grandson shot the number 2.
My son, yeah,
Or
he's
son.
number 2. My
Who was
son,
sitting with his
he's around
grandson,
there somewhere.
So 3 generations get to put their hand around it. That
Those
deer
are
one
those
time.
2 right there.
Congrats, guys. That's awesome. Pretty colorful. Where are we at here? Firearm not typical.
There's your 1 firearm non-typical.
Jeez Louise. I may have seen that one on social media. Those crab claws kind of look familiar. A little bit, yeah. I need to do a lot more of it. I don't get enough of it. Snow mount. We'll take it. Yeah, I'm excited to get that part. This one's number 2. 194. So firearm non-typical. You got 1, 230. Absolute giant. That deer from Todd killed. Todd Johnson from Jasper County. And we're about to get. We're starting his award ceremony, so we'll just keep going. I won't talk, but you guys can see the scores.
All of you, I assume most of you are here waiting for your deer on our great bunch of leaderboard deer this year. Good job on all of them. Really appreciate you bringing them here to the Iowa Deer Classic. It's really important that we showcase what quality deer we've got in the state of Iowa, and I know it's an honor to have deer in on our display and all that. We really appreciate you taking the effort to do it. What we're going to do here now is the Iowa Taxidermy Association members are going to help take these deer down, and we'll try and do it kind of orderly here. They're the ones that have been hanging the deer. These guys are basically volunteering their time to come in and take care of these deer all weekend. And believe me, it's a monumental task. We did have some difficulties with the scores and all kinds of things happen when you got a bunch of people working on things. There were mathematical errors, there were computer errors. I apologize for any of those that happened because I know some people got bumped off the board. But then some of you moved up and we moved people around, and it may look like a little bit of confusion, and yes, there was a little bit of confusion this year. So anyway, again, thank you very much for bringing your deer. I'm sure you guys are all happy that you were up here on the board, and that's really significant. I want to introduce Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson is the guy that makes the plaque that you're going to receive. You get your gear down, there's a note on the other side. Go back to the registration, your plaque will be there. Please remember to pick up the plaque. That goes with you, that's part of the where you open up your
Ladies. This is the one I was wanting to tell you guys about earlier. That huge, non-typical single-side shed that won first place overall. I'm talking about quiet here. It's a deadhead. 278 gross, 279 gross, 268 net. Insane. We just don't have a group. So I didn't want to take away from those guys. Those guys over there who had entered, and we'll be getting a lot of, ribbons and awards, plaques, stuff like that. So it's cool. I didn't want to take anything away from that. So we tried to just slide by. It just took a little longer than we thought, but there's a lot of volunteers that help score, help hang deer, take deer down. It's a lot of work going into this to make it the greatest whitetail show on earth. So we appreciate all those guys, appreciate everybody that brings in their heads year after year for the Wall of Fame. There is just a wall of 200s. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. About half of those are down, so we won't go down there right now. But if you've never been to the Iowa Deer Classic, it is, I don't care where you live, buy a plane ticket, get on a train, drive over here. It is an awesome thing to see, because no matter how many times we can take pictures or show you guys on video, nothing compares to see it in person. It's, if you love whitetails, if you love big deer like we do, it's unbelievable. But thanks everybody who came to our booth. Like I said, it was our best year ever of any show, and we appreciate that. Appreciate you guys, and long live the whitetail deer, especially the Iowa deer.